So I think we're seeing a good example of what makes Niklas so good. What a sicko.
Such a fun hand to watch, James. Yeah.
Yeah. As Niklas Astedt drills a straight on the turn. And Colonius makes the call, not drawing dead. River is a king, so that's top pair for Colonius. No good.
But Colonius will find a big bet on this river quite suspicious. But instead, Astedt plays it as a check to induce the bet from the River Kings. And the question becomes, how much do you raise it to here? You know, he might turn, I don't know, a 10-jack into a bluff. Maybe that's not the best example
Okay,
of a
so
hand.
raising is the move here. Colonius with just top pair makes the call.
And there's the call, and it sucks to have the ace-king because you're blocking the ace-jack too. If your opponent is so capable of, you know, bluff raises in certain spots on certain rivers, you feel inclined to call when you're pretty high up in your range, and that's exactly what happened there. And Lena all the way up to 1.6 million chips. Hasta la vista, baby. Pocket jacks. No, I don't do a good Arnold. You do a good Arnold?
Hasta la vista, baby.
That's pretty good. Ooh, nice little spot here for Astedt. An overpair, the backdoor heart, and held with a little piece. But is going to be very acutely aware of how capped his range is. And without that 3 or ace on the turn, I think Held is going to have to find a fold here on the turn. Such a nice size. Let's get to betting here. We have 830,000 left. And there's, you know, 500 out there. Let's put out 250, 300. But Astedt just puts out that little 175. Just like, yeah, come on. It's like he's targeting this exact hand. And with all these chips that Held has, what's another 175? Maybe he's bluffing. So I think we're seeing a good example of what makes Niklas so good.
Queen on the river. Held checks, as he's done on the flop and the turn. And we've seen Astedt bet 125 on the flop, 175 on the turn.
You just would hate to see it on TV later that he had the king-jack of hearts here and you folded.
Held folds
Nice
it, but a decent pot for Niklas Astedt, now playing 1.5 million.
What is Lena going to do with the 9-8 off? Try to flop some equity on your 15 big blinds. Sure. Certainly, he's done the work on spots like this. But there's also actually, it's tough to know what to do three-handed.
Back in my day, we called this the stop and go. There's the stop. You flop or an 8 or a 9, and then you go.
Oh, baby doll!
That's also a go in my book. 7, 8, 9, 10, jack. That's a straight. Held drawing to the bigger straight. Top pair for Speckman. This is a big piece for everyone. There it is. I like the shape of that. Held is counting out chips.
Yeah, 2 overs. Might think that king and queen are live. Might think that Speckman just has like a jack he would need to fold. I mean, Held's the only one with a chance in Held to win.
Speckman folds top pair, has held beat for now. Astedt's equity only goes up 3%, getting the pair of jacks to fold.
I hope for a pair of king, not king queen.
Lena900 needs to fade. That's a fader right there.
Damn.
Just 7 outs now.
No
held.
spotter, he says. He wanted the sweat. What a sicko.
One more no spotter? Yeah. I prefer like just a 3-side.
River card is another deuce.
One more.
Magic ones.
Running deuces. Safe for Astedt. Double up. Dangerous.
Danger, danger.
From the danger zone to 37 big blinds.
Yeah.
I am here for the widget, so I will still defer to the widget at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, the widget's wrong. I mean, the widget would never expect
1.2, I think. Thank you.
an average stack of more than 50 big blinds at this stage. Because, as we know from experience, you highlighted, Maria, that we're going to see regular jumps in prize money now. We're going to see ICM become a serious consideration in every single hand. At this point, we normally see the average stack drop to maybe 40, sometimes as low as 30 big blinds. We're still playing a bigger than 50 big blind average.
This whole A6 versus 7-4, this should turn into something.
Wishful thinking, indeed. We go 3 ways to the flop in any case. Niklas Astedt.
Look, I wasn't wrong. The 6 would be a spicy card.
Yeah, let's get some action going.
Give us the spice with a bowl of rice.
This wouldn't be the most insane check raise. I think when it comes ace high, you probably check raise a little bit less from versus the cutoff open, but sometimes these gutter balls are checks, check raises, right, Maria?
Yeah, definitely. And I think now that, you know, there was somebody that folded in between them, it makes it a little bit easier to take the aggressive action as we see Held doing.
What's interesting here, Maria, is that obviously Niklas only has about 22 big blinds behind, so even if you are check raising into a relatively strong hand, maybe like a second pair, something like that, it would be quite difficult for him to sort of fight back if he feels like there's going to be more aggression on later streets, right?
Can I please raise the prospect of some street flash poker now?
Maria asked for spice, and spice is what we got.
Held's
Yeah, not
hand
surprised.
is shaking.
Seems like as good of a card as any to continue firing.
10 on the river.
Astedt with just 440K behind and a 1.8K pot. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, there's not much more to go in, right? Here you go. He's not afraid.
And now, a quick fold from Held, who doesn't consider heroing with just a 4. And that is an extra million chips for Niklas Astedt, who's now up to 46 big blinds. Steve in action, raising from the hijack. Queen 10.
Lena going to be prepared to play quite a wider range from the small blind, I think, than your average player, being so comfortable post-flop. I could see him having something as weak as even Jack-8 suited from the seat. Well, it's not Jack-8 suited. Pocket 8s and then a ton of clubs. So if we see it continue here, I think it's going to be more likely that he has something like ace-8 of clubs, 9-8 of clubs. That's more evidence that leans, you know, Lena has even something like 8-7, 8-6 clubs. Maybe even as something like Queen-Jack or Ace-Jack could value bet in this spot, which are hands that Queen 10 is losing to. And that's what's so intelligent about the bet is that
Close one. Closest to me.
he's going to see the 8 of clubs. What did he show him? 6 of clubs? Yeah, it was one of those small clubs. And it's just such a fun hand to watch, James.
Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe for more awesome poker content. And check out this video. The YouTube algorithm seems confident you'll like it.